Hey there. Today we're going to do a quick core flow on our mat. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Feet about hip distance apart here. Let's take a breath in. We'll reach up nice and tall. We're going to nod that chin towards your chest, round over here, soften those knees, walk out to a plank. Good. From here, we're going to press that butt up towards the ceiling, drop those heels. We're going to shift forward. If it feels okay on that spine, we're going to drop those hips down to find an extension, shoulders back, chin lifted, breath in. Exhale, press that butt back up. Yeah, let's do that one more time. Inhale to shift over. Exhale, press that butt back up. Yeah, let's go ahead and find your plank. Breath in. Exhale, soften your knees. Walk your hands back towards your toes. We're going to ragdoll back up, stacking one vertebra at a time. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Good. All right. A couple more times here. Breath in. Exhale, nod that chin towards your chest, rounding through your spine. Soften your knees. Walk your hands out to that plank. Now from here, we're going to come up into that pike, but we're going to lift that right leg up towards the ceiling here. And we're going to bring that knee right into your chest. So round through that spine a little bit. So we inhale long, exhale, find that crunch. Good. For 3, 2, last one. Good. Go ahead and find that plank here. Let's hike that butt up. We'll reach that left leg up towards the ceiling. Breath in. Exhale. That knee comes straight in towards that nose. Crunch. Breathe. So those ribs stay nice and lifted here as that knee comes in. For 2. Last one. Find your plank. Breath in. Exhale, soften your knees. Walk your hands back towards your toes here. We'll slowly ragdoll back up, stacking one vertebra at a time. Good. All right. Reset. We have 2 more rounds of that. Let's take a breath in. We'll nod that chin towards your chest to round over. Soften your knees. Walk your hands out. Good. Let's find that pike. Lift that right leg up. We're going to bring that right knee to your left elbow so across that midline. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Good. Finding a little rotation here. For 3, 2, last one. Go ahead and find that plank. Let's lift that left foot up towards the ceiling. Breath in. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Stay lifted through those ribs here as that knee comes across that chest. 3, 2, last one. Find your plank. Breath in. Soften your knees. Walk those hands back. That head comes up last. Take all the grip out of that neck. Good. All right. Last one. Breath in. Reach up nice and tall. Now that chin towards your chest. Round through that spine. Soften your knees. Walk your hands out. Hold. All right. Let's find that pike. Reach that right leg up. This time your right knee is going to come to your right elbow out to the side. Inhale up. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. So we're starting to get those right obliques here. For 3, 2, last one. Find your plank. Reset. Let's get that left leg up. Breath in. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Comes out to the side. We stay lifted through those ribs as that knee comes out. For 3, 2, last one. Find your plank. Lower one knee down at a time. Go ahead, drop that back. Shake out those arms there. All right, we're going to roll around onto our butt here and roll down onto your back carefully. Come into some crunches here with our arms. So let's reach those hands up towards the ceiling. We'll draw our legs into tabletop. All right, we're going to take a breath in. On your exhale, you're going to lower your arms down by your side, finding a crunch. Inhale back up. Exhale, crunch. So we're trying to get those shoulder blades off of that mat here if you can. If your neck gets too strained, you can always Kind of keep your head down, or maybe just not lift up quite as high. Breathe for 3, 2. Keep your arms down by your side here. From here, we're going to come out to a T. It's parallel to the floor. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, T. Exhale, crunch. Good. Reach with those arms. Again, if that neck gets tired, keep your head down for a little bit and try to come back into that crunch when you can for 3, 2. Last one. Hold. Good. Go ahead and lower that down. Shake that out. All right, we're going to come into arm circles here. So let's bring those legs back into tabletop. Hands up towards the ceiling. We're going to come into that crunch. Lower those arms down. Lower your head. Arms sweep around and up. We crunch. Arm circle. Breathe. Good. Those arms kind of doing this outward circle here or inward circle. 3, 2. Last one. We're going to hold, and then we're going to reverse that circle. Lower that head down, circle out around crunch. Good. Sweep straight up, out around reach. Breathe. Getting those abs heated up here for 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hold and lower everything down. You can shake that out. All right, we're going to come into some bridging next here. So arms can just stay by your side for now. Knees bent. We're going to come into, just start with a neutral bridge here. So torso in a nice long line. We're going to lift those hips straight up. Lead with your tailbone to lower down. Breath in. Exhale, press those hips right back up. So we're just hinging right at those hips here as we lift and as we lower for 2. Press up, hold. We're going to open those knees out away from each other and then bring them back together. So we stay lifted as we open and close here. Belly button stays in. Squeeze. For 2. Last one. Bring those legs back to parallel. Hinge those hips to lower down. Good. Shake that out. We're going to come into one more set of bridging here. If you feel like you're balanced, maybe want a little challenge, just extend those hands up towards the ceiling. We lift those hips up. Hinge those hips to lower down. Good. So we're pressing through those heels, feeling those glutes there at the top, feeling those hamstrings a little bit. For 2. Press up, hold. We're going to find your marching. So you're going to bring that right leg into tabletop, lower down, and we're just going to alternate back and forth here. Nice and controlled. So you want to press through that foot first, feel planted, and then lift that opposite leg to help find that stability through your torso and through your pelvis. For 2. Last one. Hold and lower down. Shake that out. Good. All right. Reset. If you liked your hands up, we can keep them up. If you need them down, go ahead and keep them down. Let's reach up. Take a breath in. Exhale. Press that butt up. Hold. Let's bring that right leg into tabletop. Hold it there. We're going to find a toe tap. Lower that right toe down and bring it back up. So that movement here is coming from your hip. That right knee stays bent. For 2. Feeling that left glute and hamstring and that right hip. Good. Lower that right foot down. Bring that left leg into tabletop. Find your balance first. Let's come into that toe tap. Breathe. For 3, 2. Last one. Hold both feet down. Breath in. Exhale to lower down. Shake that out. All right. One more set here. Breath in. Exhale. Press through those heels. Lift those hips up. Hold. Extend that right foot up towards the ceiling. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. You might need to bend that knee a little bit in order to get it over top of that hip. That's okay. 2. Last one. Place that foot down. Send that left foot up towards the ceiling. Lower and lift. Good. Using that hip flexor to get that toes up nice and high. 2. Last one. Both feet down. Lift those hips up. Breath in. Exhale. Lower that butt down. Shake that out. Good. All right. Let's go ahead and roll over onto your side here. We're going to come onto your elbow. Our bottom leg is going to be bent. That top leg is extended out long. Let's go ahead and lift up into a nice side plank here. We're going to reach that hand up towards the ceiling. We're going to reach that hand above your head, feel a little side stretch here. And then we're going to draw that elbow into the side of your ribs. So we reach up, lift up a little bit to feel that stretch, and then that elbow comes in. Now, if you feel like you have the balance, we can maybe bring that knee up to meet that elbow. Feeling that stretch. For 4, 3, 2, last one. And lower that down. Just roll that shoulder out there for a second. All right. We have one more side plank on this side here. So let's go ahead and get set back up. Reach that hand up towards the ceiling. We're going to bring that top hand to reach that bottom knee. Put a rotation there. Breath in. And exhale to crunch. Now, if you want to play around with your balance a little bit, your gaze can follow your hand up and down to meet that knee. So we're feeling those obliques there in your side. For 4, 3, 2, last one. Reach that hand back up and lower that down. Good. Go ahead and roll that shoulder out there for a second. All right, let's go ahead and come on to our other side here. So coming onto that elbow, bottom leg bent, top leg straight. Let's lift up. Reach that hand up towards the ceiling here. We'll reach that hand over top of that head and then bend at that elbow. Good. So we reach, lift, feel that stretch, and pull. Now, if you feel that balance and when you would like, maybe bring that knee up to meet or come close to that elbow here. Use that breath. For 4, 3, 2, last one. Crunch. And lower that hip down. Good. Roll that shoulder out there. Shake that out. All right, next we're going to come in to that knee tap. Okay, so let's go ahead. Get reset here. Let's lift those hips up. Find that balance. Hold. Now let's reach that hand up. Breath in. Exhale, hand taps that knee. Inhale, ceiling. Exhale, tap. So that those hips stay lifted there as we reach back. Now, if that doesn't feel accessible, maybe you just tap that hand down onto your mat. But let's try and reach back to that knee. Really feel those obliques here for 4, 3, 2, last one. Reach that hand back up and lower everything down. Good. Go ahead. Shake that out. Shake that head out. All right. We're going to go ahead, do a little bit more plank work here. So we're going to go ahead and come on to your hands. As we step those feet back, we're going to go ahead and find that plank. Hold. Good. From here, we're going to soften your knees, walk your hands back towards your toes. And then we're just going to walk back till our feet are flat. Good. And then let's walk those hands back out to that plank. Breathe. On that exhale, we soften those knees to walk back. You're trying to keep your hips as still as possible here. Nice long plank. Good. Soften those knees. Walk back in. Good. 2 more. Soften those knees. Walk back. 1 more after this. Good. So we're kind of getting used to that motion here. Let's walk back. Good. Keep softening in that knee. We'll slowly ragdoll back up to standing. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Good. Let's go ahead and make your way to standing here. We'll take a breath in. Sit nice and tall. Bring your hand onto your wrist. Stretch up and over to the side. Inhale. Switch up and over to the other side. Come back center. Grow from that belly button. Lift your chest and chin up towards the ceiling. Drop those elbows. Open up that chest. Inhale those hands back up. Exhale. Slowly press that away. Good work. Hope you're feeling good. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you.